Hello, this is Doyle. Welcome to part two of Spirit Talk Show, the show from in November. I think we're doing this show in November. I don't know why I felt I needed to bring it up right now, but we were just looking at the dates. And if you're listening to us in Britain, happy Guy Fawkes Day yesterday. For those of you who don't know what Guy Fawkes is, it's a holiday in England on November 5th. So we're back reading these AI-generated stories with Howie. Hey, Howie.
Hey, Doyle.
Thanks for staying with me.
Of course.
So let's talk about this prompt from before. So I kind of really like exploring stories where the people begin to know they're in a story, kind of like breaking the fourth wall. Because could you sense what was going on when you're reading the story?
It took me a second, but I figured it out when he thought that the conversations were scripted, and finally he found a camera on the wall, so he knew what was going on.
Yeah, and also he saw the thing in the corner of his. He started to feel like everything seemed so familiar, like he was in a loop. But they have lots of episodes in the show when they're stuck in time loops and stuff. And I thought it was creepier than I thought it would be.
It didn't end very happy either when you think about it. He
basically
still stuck in the story.
Yeah, that was kind of intense. Actually, I was surprised at how creepy it felt, because it kind of felt like he was in some kind of like hell where he was like trapped and he'd no control over his life.
Well, when you think about it, he doesn't really.
He doesn't know. I mean, it's just a TV show, but yeah, okay. Well, let's see if we can find one for me here. Am I going to do this one?
It's all set up for you.
Okay, so let me see. Okay. Here, wait. Let me see if this one works for me. Okay, actually, I'd like to read a story, but then I think I want to do another script. So you want to do another script?
Yeah, that sounds pretty fun.
Okay, so this one is called The Clash of the Titans, Superman versus the Hulk in Sacramento. Okay. Exterior Sacramento, downtown. The sun shines bright on downtown Sacramento, casting long shadows over the bustling streets. People go about their businesses, oblivious to the storm brewing above them. Suddenly, the sky darkens as a colossal green figure, the Hulk, crashes through the clouds, landing in the heart of the city with thunderous impact. Okay. Sacramento State Capitol Day, the majestic dome of the state capitol gleams in the sunlight, a symbol of California's history and governance. But today, it is about to become a battlefield. The Hulk roars, his rage palatable as he looks around, causing nearby trees swaying and windows to rattle.
Hulk smash! The ground shakes as the Hulk's fists pound the pavement, sending tremors through the city. Panicked citizens flee, screaming as they run for cover. But the situation is about to get even more intense.
From the riverbanks of the calm Sacramento River, it's shattered by the arrival of Superman. With a flash of red and blue, he soars down from the sky, his cape fluttering majestically. Superman's eyes scan the scene, and his expression turns serious. Superman: I've got to stop this before it gets out of hand. Superman lands gracefully, his presence stark contrast to the chaos caused by the Hulk. Hulk, you need to calm down. This isn't the way to handle things.
Hulk not listen to you. Hulk angry. Superman's eyes narrow as he assesses the situation. The Hulk's rampage threatens to destroy the very heart of Sacramento, and he knows how he has to act fast.
The Hulk still rampaging, turning his attention to the iconic Tower Bridge. He starts tearing down the steel, causing the bridge to sway dangerously. Superman zips in front of the bridge, his super speed keeping it from collapsing. Hulk, stop! You're endangering everyone. Hulk, go. That's you.
The Hulk roars in defiance, swinging at Superman with a powerful punch. Superman dodges effortlessly, flying high above. The Hulk and assessing his opponent's next move.
In the historic Old Town district, it's just going through all the main spots. In the historic district of Old Town, tourists and locals are evacuating as the ground shakes with each of Hulk's steps. Superman, I think Hulk isn't that big, is he? Superman swoops in and tries to reason with the green giant. Hulk, listen to me. I understand you're angry, but this Destruction isn't going to solve anything.
Hulk not care. Hulk just want to smash.
Superman's eyes flash with determination. He realizes that talking alone won't calm the Hulk down. He needs to act decisively. If I can't stop him with words, I'll have to show him why it's important to control his anger. With incredible speed, Superman grabs a nearby metal structure, hurls it in the sky, creating a distraction. The Hulk's attention shifts. He roars in anger, chasing after the flying object. Cal Expo Day. That's so funny. Superman uses a moment to guide the Hulk towards the less populated area, Cal Expo, because nobody's ever there. The sprawl of the fairgrounds provide an ample space for their showtown without endangering more lives. Hulk, focus on me. This area is empty. You can release your anger here.
The Hulk, still furious, leaps at Superman. Superman, using his superior agility and strength, avoids the Hulk's attacks, all while trying to reason with him.
Hulk, I know you're angry, but violence isn't the answer. We can find another way.
Hulk, angry! But why you care?
Because it's not just about stopping you. It's about making sure everyone, including you, can live in peace. If you can control your anger, you won't have to hurt anyone.
The Hulk, still breathing heavily, looks around the destruction he's caused. His rage begins to subside as he sees the aftermath of his actions. Hulk, tired of being angry.
Then let's work together to fix this. You're stronger than anyone I've ever met. Use the strength to build, not destroy. Superman offers a hand. After a moment of hesitation, the Hulk takes it, and the two heroes stand together, holding hands, amidst the rubble. A powerful duo committing to making things right. Exterior Sacramento night. The night falls. The Hulk, guided by Superman, begins to help with the cleanup. The people of Sacramento, once frightened, now watch in awe as the city is slowly rebuilt by two heroes. Good job today. It wasn't easy, but you did great.
Hulk still angry sometimes, but Hulk learn.
We all do. It's like Disney daytime TV quality. And we're all capable of more than we think. The city begins to hail, and the unlikely partnership between Superman and the Hulk becomes a symbol of hope and redemption in the heart of Sacramento. Amidst the rebuilding, a new understanding begins to flourish. And it says, fade out title card. Even the greatest heroes can find some common ground. And in the end, it's not about using our strength to build. Oh, if I messed up. I'm going to do it again. Title card. Even the greatest of heroes can find common ground. And in the end, it's about using our strength to build a better world.
Okay, it was kind of cheesy, but I liked how the AI incorporated the Sacramento landscape into the story.
It went through like the obvious, like three or four.
I'm surprised it didn't use a Golden One Center or the Capitol building.
or like K Street or something like that, or some restaurant. It was. What was Hulk mad about? Did it ever?
I don't think we even know what Hulk was mad about.
Chill, Hulk.
I know,
Jeez,
right?
Hulk.
Jeez.
Wow. Why did you want to do Hulk as your character?
I don't know. It just kind of. I wanted two heroes to be fighting, not a villain and a.
And wasn't it like they're talking to him like he was Godzilla, like the ground was shaking every time Hulk stepped.
Well, Hulk can get pretty big. I don't think he can get like Godzilla big.
Godzilla big. Okay. I don't really know about is this a DQ? No, wait, that's Dairy Queen. DC universe.
DC and Marvel. It was two different.
Oh, they're both from two different worlds.
Yeah.
Look what I know. Okay, so let me see if I can find one for you. Okay, so I think I have a fun one here for you.
Okay, let's read it.
Okay, let's go here.
Javier stood in front of the mirror, carefully adjusting the collar of his bright pink shirt. He tilted his head, inspecting the way it complemented his golden brown skin and thick black curls. Perfect. With a satisfied grin, he grabbed his favorite beaded bracelet, slipping it onto his wrist with a flourish. Today, he was going to a brunch with his friend, bottomless mimosas and gossip. But first, he had to make it past his family. As he tiptoed down the hallway of his family's modest home, the delicious scent of his mother's chilaquiles wafted through the air, making his stomach rumble. His family was gathered in the kitchen as they always were on Sundays, chatting and laughing over breakfast. Javier peeked through the corner eyeing the door to the outside world like a thief planning his escape. With a deep breath, he strolled into the kitchen, trying to keep his walk casual. He was convinced his family hadn't caught on to his subtle gayness. How could they, when he'd been so careful to keep it secret? Sure, there were the occasional fashion choices, his love of pop divas, and the fact that he had more skincare products than his sisters combined, but none of that meant anything, right? Buenos dias, mijo, his mother Rosa called out, her warm voice and with affection. She was standing at the stove, flipping tortillas with the ease of someone who had been doing it her entire life. You look nice today. All dressed up for your friends, huh? Javier froze for a split second before recovering with a bright smile. Yeah, just going out for brunch, he said, trying to keep his tone nonchalant. Brunch, his father Hector repeated, raising an eyebrow as he looked up from the newspaper. Is that what they're calling it now? His voice was teasing with a hint of mischief in his eyes. Javier's heart skipped a beat. Yeah, it's just brunch, Dad. He tried to laugh it off, but his voice wavered ever so slightly. His older sister Maria, who was sitting at the table with their younger brother Alex and their abuela, couldn't help but smirk. Brunch with bottomless mimosas, right? And let me guess, you're going to talk about which celebrity is the cutest? Maria, Javier protested, his face turning a shade closer to his shirt. What? I'm just saying, you have great taste, Javi, Maria said, her grin widening. That new boy band you're into, what's their name? Oh, yeah, right, Los Corazones. They're really cute. Javier shot her a look that he hoped conveyed annoyance, but it was betrayed by the slight blush creeping up his cheeks. You're ridiculous, he muttered, grabbing a tortilla from the plate that his mother offered him. As he tried to make a hasty retreat to the door, his abuela, who had been quietly observing the exchange, spoke up in her soft, raspy voice. Javiercito, ¿cuándo vas a presentarnos a tu novio? When are you going to introduce us to your boyfriend? The room went silent for a moment, the air thick with anticipation. Javier felt his heart drop to his stomach. His wide eyes darted from his abuela to his mother, who was looking at him with a gentle, knowing smile, and then to his father, who had folded his newspaper and was watching him with an expression that was a mix of amusement and love. Abuela, what are you talking about? Javier's voice came out higher pitched than he had intended. I don't have a boyfriend. Claro que no. Of course not, his abuela said with a wink, her wrinkled face lighting up with mischief. But when you do, we'd love to meet him. Just saying. Javier opened up his mouth to protest, but nothing came out. He stood there, tortilla in hand, feeling completely exposed. Had they all known all along?
Yes.
Rosa stepped forward, placing a hand on Javier's cheek. Mijo, we've always known, she said softly. Since you were little, we knew. We love you just the way you are, okay?
They've always known.
Javier stared at his mother, the truth hitting him like a wave. All this time he had convinced himself that he was keeping a secret, that his family had no idea. But they did know, had known, and they hadn't treated him any differently. They had loved him all the same. Hector stood up and walked over to Javier, clapping him on the shoulder. Son, you're our Javier. Whether you're into girls, boys, or whatever, we just want you to be happy. Javier blinked, feeling the sting of the tears in his eyes. You really don't care? Of course not, Maria chimed in. I mean, who else am I going to watch reality TV with? And who else is going to tell me which boys at school are cute? Alex added with a grin. Javier looked around at his family, their faces full of love and acceptance, and felt an overwhelming sense of relief. The weight of his secret, the fear of not being accepted, all melted away in that moment. Gracias, he whispered, his voice choked with emotion. I love you all so much. We love you too, Javi, his mother said, pulling him into a warm hug. The rest of the family joined in, wrapping their arms around him in a big, comforting embrace. And as they finally let go, Javier wiped his eyes and smiled. Okay, I really do have to go or I'll be late. Go have fun, Hector said with a wink. And don't forget to bring us back some of those fancy croissants or whatever it is you eat at brunch. Javier laughed, feeling lighter than he had in years. As he headed out the door, he realized how silly he had been to think his family didn't know. They'd known all along, and they had loved him just the same. With a smile on his face and a spring in his step, Javier walked out into the world ready to be fully himself. No secrets, no hiding, Just
Howie.
Javier.
Javier. Sorry. Do you want to read the prompt there?
Oh yeah, sure. Let's go back up and read it. Let's see what it says. It says, write a story about a cute Hispanic boy
You so far.
who's very gay.
Also you.
And thinks his family doesn't notice, but they all know 100%.
Might be autograph girl.
Right. Regardless, he holds on to the fallacious. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Yeah, I spelled it right too.
Okay. Or is it fallacious?
Fallacious.
Okay. Regardless, he holds on to the fallacious belief that they have no idea, but they do, and they always have.
Okay, so
that was.
What do you think about that story?
I don't know. Kind of hit close to home.
Yeah, close to home. So,
especially with tortillas and chilaquiles.
Yeah, that was cool. It was perfect story for you to do with all the perfect pronunciation of the Spanish words. Actual Spanish. Imagine if I read that.
Oh gosh,
the Spanish words, it would have been terrible. So, I mean, there is an underlining theme that's a little bit sad that the expectation for him in his community was that they would not accept it, and which is probably the reality for a lot of people, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's probably seen witness other people's experiences and was scared about what his family would think. But they luckily for him and luckily for them, really, also that it turned out otherwise.
It really built them like a really sweet, warm family.
Yeah, as it should be.
That was cool, and
I mean, I think I've come across some people in my life that haven't had that family experience, and literally getting kicked out of their house when they turned 18, and that's just traumatizing. That's sad.
We met that person that recently had that experience.
Yeah.
So it's so sad that people have to be concerned about who they love, and it's just because who we love and who we want to love causes so much hate. That's really sad, but it was a really cute story.
Yeah,
it wasn't
really
about
cute.
anybody on this show tonight who's not me.
No,
okay. Hey, Howie's family, he's gay. Okay. I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna get your brother to listen to this episode. Okay, so here we go. This is mine. Should I do this one?
Yes.
Or is there another one you want me to do?
Let's.
Okay, so let me have a look here. Okay, well, we'll start reading this way. This way. Wow. Articulate much. Dear future fabulous me. Hey there, superstar. I'm writing you this letter from the past because I'm sure you're living in the future. And I'm writing a letter from the past because I'm sure living in the future. What was the other options? And I need to drop some wisdom on you, specifically how to come out of the closet in the most outrageously fabulous way. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Step 1, the grand entrance. First things first. Make your entrance a showstopper. Imagine this. You're not just opening a closet door. You're dramatically flinging it open, preferably to a soundtrack and screams of, I'm here and I'm fabulous. I'm talking about something like Beyonce's Run the World or Lady Gaga's Born This Way. Your entrance should be so unforgettable that even your closet is left in awe. The outfit, choose an outfit that screams, I'm arriving and I'm fabulous. This is not the time for subtlety. Think sequins, glitter, and more sequins. The goal is for everyone to begin to need sunglasses just to look at you. If you can't find something that would make Liberace look understated, you're not trying hard enough. Bonus points if you can coordinate your outfit with the theme of your coming out speech. This speech. Preparing a speech that is polished as your favorite pair of stilettos. I don't have a favorite pair. Staring.
Do you not?
Starting with I actually don't. Starting with a bang. Ladies, by the way, your family knows you're gay. Okay. Starting with a bang. Ladies and gentlemen, and fabulous people of all orients. What? Orientation. I thought orients as in not oriental. I was thinking orient as in like the way you're positioned to orient things. All orientations. And then deliver a monologue so memorable that it would win an Oscar. Include some humor, a few heartfelt moments, and definitely a couple of puns. For example, I'm not just coming out of the closet, I'm bursting out like a disco ball at Pride Parade. Is that a pun? No. The step 4, the confetti. Confetti cannons. Every fabulous moment needs confetti. There's no such thing as too much sparkle when it comes to announcing your fabulous self to the world. Make sure you have a splash of glitter or confetti ready to shower everyone with a burst of celebratory sparkle. It's your moment, and it should be as glittery as you are. Well, can you imagine if somebody shot glitter on me in a cannon? You know how hard the glitter is to get out of everything?
Everything, yeah.
Glitter is, I remember I was at camp one time and we did this thing with glitter and I got in my hair. And like 4 months later, I was taking a shower and I found glitter in my hair. Don't ever play with glitter. It's the herpes of the art world. Okay. The after party. Don't forget the after party. This is where you really get to celebrate a newfound fabulousness. Host a bash and that makes the Oscars look like a backyard barbecue, really using the Oscars metaphor again. Hire a DJ, create a playlist of your favorite diva anthems, and make sure there's a photo booth with props that scream, I'm here, I'm queer, and I'm fabulous. What's the name of the company that did the photo booth at our party?
Oh, I didn't go, so I don't know. But I did see the pictures.
The people who do it I really should have a shout out for them, darn it. Finally, remember to follow up with a series of social media posts that ensure your announcement gets the full viral treatment. Think Insta stories, TikToks, and Facebook updates. Use hashtags like hashtag fabulous and proud and coming out in style. If you're not trending by morning, you're doing it wrong. Okay. Some people do write posts like that. And sometimes they totally do. They have like 20 hashtags. It's so cringe. Okay. So there you have it, future me, your ultimate guide to coming out of the closet with the kind of flair that makes headlines. Go out there, make sure that people talk about you. They do so with a touch of envy and a whole bunch of admiration. Stay sparkly, sensational, insert your name here. Okay.
What a contrast from the last story.
That was let's read the prompt
right
here. Write an hilarious letter to future gay self, giving funny advice on how to come out of the closet in fabulous style. Okay, so
mission accomplished.
Well, if we did that, the thing about it we spoke about on the last show is sometimes I think like, why in the gay world do we have to have an announcement of our sexuality, right?
Yeah.
I mean, isn't it okay to just be me and be you? But it was funny. It was funny, and I tried to do a little bit of a gay voice, but maybe it worked. Maybe my voice is a gay voice. I don't know. Most people don't think so, though. Okay.
Oh, so having a low voice is not a gay voice? Is that what you're saying?
It's, yeah, I guess that's what I meant there, and that was wrong and bad. So thank you for getting that out in the air forever. Okay, so let me see if I can find one for you. Okay, I have one for you here.
Okay.
Can you see it? Okay.
Yeah, I can see it. Okay.
There we go.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, Jimmy O'Connor found himself in a situation that was both absurd and terrifying. He was being held captive by Carl, a sex worker in Modesto, who was, to put it mildly, a bit of an oddball. Jimmy's crime? Falling for the irresistible charm of Liam O'Shea, a ginger-haired Irishman with a smile that could melt butter and a voice like warm whiskey.
Warm whiskey.
It all started innocently enough. Jimmy met Liam at the pub in San Francisco where they bonded over a shared love of Guinness and bad karaoke. Liam's fiery hair, mischievous grin, and lilting accent had Jimmy head over heels in no time.
Yeah, it did.
They spent the evening laughing, drinking, and eventually Liam invited Jimmy back to his place. But as they were leaving, a man approached them, a tall, lanky figure with a mullet and a questionable mustache. Carl. Carl had been watching Jimmy for weeks, convinced that Jimmy was his soulmate. After a chance encounter at a taco truck, he was not about to let some Irish charmer swoop in and steal his man. Jimmy, are you coming with me? Carl declared, waving a pair of fuzzy handcuffs in the air. What? Jimmy stammered, looking between Carl and Liam in confusion. Liam, always the gentleman, stepped forward. Look here, lad. Jimmy's with me. I think you've got the wrong idea. But Carl was not one to be deterred. With surprising speed and strength, he grabbed Jimmy and hauled him into a waiting van that was decorated with neon lights and a bumper sticker that read, "Honk if you love tacos." Before Jimmy knew it, he was in Modesto, locked in Carl's love dungeon, which was really just a poorly decorated basement filled with velvet cushions and an unfortunate number of disco balls. Carl was determined to win Jimmy's heart, despite the fact that Jimmy had made it abundantly clear that he was not interested. For the next week, Jimmy endured Carl's bizarre attempts at seduction, romantic dinners of cup noodles and spam, long, awkward foot massages, and endless monologues about Carl's dream of opening a chain of taco trucks called Carl's Carnal Carnitas. All the while, Jimmy's mind was on Liam. He knew he had to escape Carl's clutches and get back to the Irishman who had stolen his heart. But how? One night, as Carl serenaded him with a painfully off-key rendition of Careless Whisper, Jimmy had an idea. He remembered that Carl had a soft spot for reality TV, particularly those dating shows where people get eliminated by roses or keys to a hot tub. Carl, Jimmy said, tried to sound earnest. I think we should have a reality TV style challenge. If you win, I'll stay with you. But if I win, you have to let me go. Carl, mesmerized by Jimmy's moves, tripped over a disco ball and laughed in a heap of velvet cushions. Jimmy seized the moment, grabbing the key to his shackles from Carl's pocket. With one final jig, he unlocked the door and bolted out of the house, not stopping until he was back in San Francisco. Breathless and free, Jimmy ran to the pub where he and Liam had first met. There, at the bar, sat Liam, nursing a pint of Guinness. His face lit up when he saw Jimmy. "Jimmy, where you been, lad?" Liam asked, pulling him into the tight hug. "Long story," Jimmy panted. "Let's just say I had enough tacos for a lifetime." Liam laughed, his ginger curls bouncing as he shook his head. "Well, you're safe now. How about we pick up where we left off?" Jimmy grinned. "Sounds perfect. But first, can we never, ever go to Modesto?" Liam chuckled. Deal.
Okay. Thank you so much for reading stories. This is Spirit Talk Show. Go to spirittalkshow.com if you'd like to get involved. Thank you for coming on, Howie.
It was my pleasure. It's always super fun.
So goodbye. I think Howie's going to become like one of our regulars on here. Thank you so much and have a nice night.